What's up, muscle car people? Bringing muscle cars here with not a muscle car. I know, it's a tragedy. However, it is pretty unique. You don't see a lot of these, and they are actually quite cool. This is a Ford Contour SVT. This is the owner here, Mark Hectrick, and it's been modified to no end. Mark, what have you done to this thing? What do you use it for? And how reliable is it? Don't answer that last question, guys.
So I use it primarily for autocross. Modification List is 3-liter swap out of a Ford Taurus. It's a Duratec motor, not the SHO motor. It has 2.5-liter heads, which bump the compression ratio up to around 11:1. It has cam regrinds that I sent out to Crower to get done. D2 coilover suspension, Willwood brakes, bigger sway bar in the back, all polyurethane bushings, and tubular front control arms that were custom made.
Now, you've owned this car for how long?
Since 2012. So 7 years.
7 years. One guy has owned a Ford Contour SVT. Now, I don't know if that's a record, but it's got to be close, man, because I don't know why you'd own one of these for that long. And you autocross it?
Yes.
Primarily?
Yes.
Are you any good at it?
No.
That's not true, guys. He's actually quite, for what this car is, he competes in street modified front wheel drive, which is an extremely competitive class. It doesn't matter what region it is. It's pretty much open modifications. And he drives a 4-door car with a V6, which makes what, 250 horsepower?
It's 213 at the front, or at the wheels.
213. That's not a lot, considering there's other guys in our regions, like with Mini Coopers that have turbos that are cranking close to 400. He's still competitive in it. I wouldn't say he's going to be the fastest with the weight and all that, but he's still pretty competitive for what the car is.
So it has the D2 coilovers in the front and rear. It has tubular control arms with metal bushings instead of polyurethane. Willwood brakes with a 12.2-inch front rotor, 2-piece. We have Bridgestone Potenza RE71Rs. It's a 225/45/17 on a 17 by 7.5-inch wheel. In the rears, we have Focus SVT front rotors, which are a 300 millimeter. Again, with the D2 coilovers. The rear suspension is pretty much custom. It has polyurethane bushings, boxed lower control arms. It has custom tubular rear toe arms and a 21 millimeter rear sway bar.
How many of these parts on this car for this suspension are actually for a Contour?
So the D2 coilovers are. The control arms, like I said, they're just a factory control arm that is boxed. The toe arms in the back, they were parts that I got from Speedway Motors, so they're just custom made. The control arms, I got from a guy that was parting out a Contour, and he had them custom made at some point in time. So a lot of the stuff on the car, it's either eBay parts or custom made stuff.
And how often are you doing repairs on this thing? With all the mods and customization done to it?
So pretty much every event, something goes wrong with it.
Sorry, it's not funny, guys. It's not funny. So inside the car, you have full spec race seats.
Yeah, they're Corbos. I don't like them at all, to be honest with you. They lean back too far, and with the seat tracks, they sit back too far. I can't slide close enough to the steering wheel. So they're kind of a pain in the ass, and then it's hard to get in and out of the car as well.
What are all these gizmos?
So these two here are for the electric power steering that I retrofitted to the car. These three I don't use yet. I want to put an electric fan in. Not sure what else I'm going to use it for.
And you have an oil pressure.
Yep.
Air fuel gauge.
Wideband, which doesn't work.
Good.
Yep.
Good. But other than that, you've got I mean, you don't have door panels in the back, but you've got carpet.
Yeah, so
you can take the kids to school.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. SMF requires carpet at least to the back. It doesn't require rear seats. Typically, I don't have rear seats in it, but my daughter's been wanting to ride in the car, so it has them in it right now. and it reduces some of the drone when taking it on trips.
So, but in all intents and purpose, it's still a perfectly good daily driver.
Yeah. Yeah, I drive it on the street all the time. Early 2000s 3-liter Duratec block. I got the motor out of a parts car that I bought up in New York. Somebody had already put the 3-liter block with the 2.5 heads together with 3-liter valves. Whoever did the port job on the heads did not do a good job at all. They don't flow for shit. It's got a Fidanza 9-pound flywheel, MSDS headers, which are jet hot coated, limited slip differential.
You said it makes 213 wheel power.
Yeah, 213 to the tire. It has Camry grounds in it as well, which are pretty aggressive. They're a bit too big for the motor the way it's built, so it would probably benefit from stock cams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what do you have your alignment dialed in as? Because it looks like it's pretty adjustable.
It's actually not very adjustable. I can't adjust camber, I can't adjust caster. Pretty much the only thing is toe. So everything right now is factory spec.
And that works for autocross for you?
It's okay. Yeah. It definitely needs more camber. Now the control arms that I put on it technically are adjustable, but I have to slot the subframe in order to get them to work. So that's going to be a project for the future.
And what's it weigh?
Without me in it, 2760 with the rear seats out.
Have you only ever run RE71s on this car?
No. The first year I ran autocross, I was actually in DSP, and I ran what were they? General G-Max, just with some cheap tires. Then after that, I ran Hankook RS3s, and then I switched to the RE71Rs, and I like the REs a lot.